Like all 90s kids, I watched my fair share of Power Rangers. The colourful outfits and the weekly monster battles were top-notch viewing for kids of my age. But as I've gotten older, and slightly more intelligent, I have grown to really like how dark some aspects of the Power Rangers can really be. Like Tommy getting powers, being brainwashed, and then losing his powers. Or the original Red Time Force Ranger dying right in front of his girlfriend, or wife, or whatever their relationship status was. Or even Rita being locked up for 10,000 years, only to be beaten over and over and over again. But I wasn't the only person who felt like this, and any Power Rangers fan remembers the Power/Rangers video on YouTube, the super dark, gritty fan film, or the comics that really tried to appeal to a more grown-up audience with their Shattered Grid storyline. And even the 2017 movie tried to be a bit more grown-up, but it tried a bit too hard. So one day, when I was stumbling my way through the fab marketplace looking for assets for something cool, I stumbled upon this Tokusatsu outfit pack by P.O. Art, and my mind started racing. This is a breakdown on how I made Downfall, Power Rangers inspired short film. I wanted a scene where one of the Rangers had been taken hostage by a weekly villain, but I wanted to hint at a larger threat, so I wrote a script with nods to the original series that hints at a larger story. After this, I wanted to get an easily animated main bad guy for the scene, so I hopped on over to Mixamo. The character I chose was Alien Soldier. I wanted one with no face so I could spend all my facial animation time elsewhere, and with the Mixamo skeleton, animation using the Rococo Smart Suit Pro 2 should be pretty easy. Next, I needed a cannon fodder enemy. The idea of this short was to have one Power Ranger taken captive, one guy monologuing about a larger threat, and another Ranger saving the day. So, for these enemies I used Raider 2 by Sergio Gudkov. Again, these have no faces, so I don't need to worry about facial animations. Now, finally character-wise, I needed a big bad, a guy behind the scenes, and I went with this guy. This is Zombie Mutant by Game Ready Characters, and I think he looks pretty menacing. Next up, I needed two sets. I decided to use the free Dark Orb pack by Ryan Honey that came in the temporary free asset packs, and this abandoned factory pack from Factory Scans. Can't remember if it was free or not, I've had it for that long, just sat in my library. Whenever I use pre-made environments, I act as if I'm shooting on set, so my camera angles are limited. So, when choosing my sets, I take this into consideration every time. This environment in particular had a nighttime setting with plenty of detail. So now, I have a story, I have two settings, and I have the characters. I just need to block out the scenes roughly and get to animating. I record dialogue first. This is so I can perform my motion capture around what the characters say. I animate the alien soldier first, this way I can animate the other characters around him and his performance. Then I animate my heroes, and now it's time to move into Unreal Engine. So to start, I put my characters into the scene and in a blank level sequence. I add my audio so that I can sync up my performances, and then I set about adding my cameras. Now I've lined up my animations and my audio, I can cut out the hero's dialogue for the MetaHuman animator, keeping it the same length so that it lines up perfectly with what I've already got. To do this, make sure the MetaHuman plugin is installed on Unreal Engine 5.5 or 5.6. Then you go to the MetaHuman animator and use a MetaHuman performance and go from there. I'll be doing a much more in-depth MetaHuman animation tutorial soon, so stay tuned. For the settings with the camera, I added some bloom, some film grain, and I lowered the saturation and boosted the contrast. As far as the camera settings go, I've just put a screen grab in here, I'm not a cameraman. And then I duplicate this camera so that I have two that look exactly the same, as I really like how this looks. I am not by any means a master camera operator, so I just go for whatever looks cool. And then, when all the characters are in place and the animations line up the way I want them to, I go about fixing little bits of motion capture here and there, so it looks better on camera. For this, I use the one-click rig for the alien soldier as he's from Mixamo, and I use the overlay control rig for the metahumans and the Red Ranger. Then I render everything out in 1440p using a realistic render setting that came with one of the environments I used. And now I whack all the frames into Vegas 21 Pro and use Pixabay for sound effects and music. This isn't an ad, but Pixabay is a free site and it's great for music and sounds. I even got the theme tune for my Helldivers videos off this website. Now I wanted to differentiate the voices of both characters, as I did both the voices. For this, I went to a website called 11 Labs. This is a site where you can act out your own dialogue and then use AI to change the voice acting into a different character.
Life without love is like a tree without blossoms or fruit.
It has a paid and free version, but I've only ever used the free version.
You can even use text to speech.
And that's it. I know this might not be the traditional way to do this, but I think when it comes down to making these sort of things, you find out what works best for you. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this video. As I say, I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how I animated my MetaHuman's face in much more detail real soon. So if you don't want to miss out, please subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. And please, check out my short film, Downfall, inspired by the Power Rangers. I have a sequel written up, and it's a lot more ambitious, and a true vision of what I want for this universe, where the loss of Zordon has made the Power Rangers bitter. But until then, see ya.
Fine. I'll do it myself.
Hey, look familiar? This data graph shows me that only 5% of viewers are subscribed. So that means you should press that subscribe button right now, because you never know when I'll be dropping more content. Wow. Will I do? Yeah?
Looks good.
Cool.